Today we're going to do equations of lines and slopes. If given m slope and by intercept, you will use the slope-intercept form of a line, y equals mx plus b. If given a point xy and the slope m, then you're going to use point-slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. First thing we're going to do is write the equation in slope-intercept form. So we're going to write it in y equals mx plus b. In each one of these problems, we're given the m and the b, so all we have to do is simply plug it in. So for number 1, the m is 1/3, the b is 6. So your answer is y equals 1/3 x plus 6. In number 2, the m is 5 and the b is 0. So your equation is y equals 5x. In number 2, since the intercept is 0, it's not required to write it down. In number 3, the slope is m and the y-intercept is given to us as a point 0, negative 6. Well, since x is 0, that makes y negative 6. So this is your y-intercept. So your answer would be y equals 3x minus 6. So since in number 3, they give you the y-intercept as a point, and the x value is 0, therefore the y value is automatically your y-intercept. Okay. In each one of these problems, we're going to have to use the formula for slope, which is m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what you're going to do in each one of these is pick 2 points and plug them into the formula. So I'm going to choose these 2 points down here at the bottom. So I choose this to be x1, y1, x2, y2. So plug them into the formula. y2 is negative 7 minus y1 is negative 4 divided by x2 is 1 minus x2 is 0. So 2 negatives together always make a positive, so you have negative 7 plus 4 giving you negative 3. 1 minus 0 is still 1, giving you a slope of negative 3. Now remember on the previous problem, when x was 0, then the y is your y-intercept. So your y-intercept, so this is your slope, and your y-intercept is negative 4. So your answer is y equals negative 3x minus 4. So we'll do the same thing for number 5. We're going to find the slope, so using the formula up here. So I'm going to remember to label my points. x1, y1, x2, y2. And I'm going to plug them into the formula again. I'm going to erase this so I have some room to work. So using the formula again, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So y2 is 5 minus 3 for y1. x2 is negative 1 minus negative 2. So 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 negatives make a positive. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1, giving me a slope of 2. So I know so far my answer is y equals 2x. Now they didn't give me the y-intercept this time, so I have to use point-slope form to find it. So using that formula from the first page, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I'm going to use this as my x1 and my y1 since it's already labeled. Y minus 3 is 2 because we found the slope to be 2. X minus negative 2. 2 negatives still make a positive. So I've got y minus 3 equals 2x plus 4. So I'm going to add this 3 to both sides. cancels out, giving me an answer of y equals 2x plus 7. We're going to skip 6. We'll do that in class. So we're going to go over here to 7. And notice they give us 2 points again. Well, we can use the slope formula again, or we can simply count rise over run since we're on a grid. So starting at 1 point, and you go up and over. So counting, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we rise 9, and we run 1, 2. We run 2. So the slope is 9 over 2. Now we do not see where it crosses the y-intercept, so we're going to have to use this formula again. So I'm going to erase this so I have room to work. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I'm just going to use this as my x1, y1. So I can plug them in. So y minus 4, and we found the slope to be 9 over 2, x minus 6. So y minus 4 is 9 over 2x minus 9 times 6 is 54, and half of that, because it's divided by 2, is 27. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. And my answer is y equals 9 over 2x minus 23, which is very possible because it's going way down here. Okay. Okay, on this next section, they want us to identify the slope and the intercept and then write the equation in slope-intercept form. So the first thing I do is I look and I see that it is touching the y-axis at 1. So that is my y-intercept. And then I just pick 2 points to find the slope. So I'm going to pick this as a point because it's touching the y-axis. And I'm going to pick this as a point because it's in the crosshairs. So I rise 1 and I run 2. Rise 1, run 2, so my slope is rise 1, run 2. So my answer is y equals 1/2 x plus 1. Number 9, I look and I see that it's touching the y-axis at 4. So my y-intercept is 4. And I'm going to find another point. And it appears to be crossing right here pretty evenly. So I go back to here and I count rise and run. So rise and run. So I go up 1, 2, 3, and I go over 1. So I rise 3 and I run 1, rise 3, run 1. So 3 divided by 1 is 3, giving you an answer of y equals 3x plus 4. The last one is pointing in a different direction. Notice both of these were positives. This one's pointing in a negative direction, so I know my slope's going to be negative. So the first thing I do is I look and see where it's touching the y-axis. I see it's touching at -2, so that is my y-intercept. And I also notice it's touching the x-axis at -3, so I'm going to let that be my other point. And then I'm going to do my rise and my run. So I rise 1, 2, and I run 1, 2, 3, and I went backwards 3. So rise 2, run backwards 3, giving me a slope of -2/3. So my answer is going to be y equals -2/3 x minus 2. So all you got to do, look at the graph, identify where the graph touches the y-axis. That is your y-intercept. Pick 2 points on the graph and find your rise and run. That will be the slope. Same thing on these. I look and see where it's touching the y-axis. I see it's touching at -1. I also notice that it's touching at -2. So again, it's pointing in a negative direction, so I know my slope's going to be negative. I rise 1 and I go backwards 2. So I rise 1 and I go backwards 2. So my slope to rise 1 go backwards 2, giving me negative 1/2. So my answer would be y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1. In number 12, this is a horizontal line. It doesn't touch the x-axis, so there's not going to be an x value in your equation. So all you do is you find where it's touching the y-axis. It's still touching at 3. Since it's parallel to the x-axis, your slope is 0. So the answer is just y equals negative 3. It doesn't touch the x, so there is no x. And the same thing goes for when the lines are vertical. It's just backwards. Since this is vertical, the slope is undefined. There is no y-intercept because it doesn't touch. And since there is no y, then there is no y in the formula. So that means your answer is just x equals. And it's touching at 2. All right, last 3. Okay, here we're going to take the point and the slope, and we're going to create it into slope-intercept form. So using the formula y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and this is your x1 and your y1. I'm going to go ahead and label all my x1, y1. And then I'm just going to plug and chug. So y minus 6 is 2 times x minus 4. So then just doing the algebra, y minus 6 is 2x minus 8. I'm going to add this 6 to both sides. So I get y equals 2x minus 2. And that should have canceled out there. So there is your answer for number 14. For number 15, the exact same thing. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So doing the algebra, y minus 6 is distribute 3 over 2x minus 3 times 4 is 12. We still have this 2, so I'm going to do an extra step so you can see where the number comes from. So I get y minus 6 equals 3 over 2x. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So now I'm going to add this 6 to both sides, keeping the numbers lined up. Y is 3 over 2x, and it cancels out over here also, giving you 3 over 2x as your answer. Okay, last one. Same formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The formula has a negative and the number is also negative, so we get 2 negatives, which will make it positive. So I've got y plus 5 equals negative 4 over 3x, because you got to distribute. Then I got to distribute here, so a negative times a negative is positive. 4 times 3 is 12, and I'm still dividing by this 3. So I'm going to add the extra step so you can see where the number comes from again. So y plus 5 is negative 4 over 3x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now I can subtract this 5 from both sides because it's easier than doing it with a fraction. So y equals negative 4 over 3x minus 1. And that would be your final answer. So tomorrow we'll discuss the notes and we'll do that problem that we skipped, and then we'll do some activities in class. Good luck and the end.